Hello everyone. What we're going to cover today is just how to set up the basics of like an app that I was working on that didn't really go anywhere. So I want to show all of you kind of like the architecture that was underneath. And so the technologies that I was using are Gel Data for the database, Go for the back end, and then Angular for the front end. I won't be focusing on all of them at once, but what I'll do here is just to start, so I'll say Gel project init. And if you're not familiar with Gel, it's kind of like a graph database, but it has nicer like a dashboard and migrations built in. So that's why I use it. Okay, so now that we got that, I'm going to make a source folder, and I'm going to make another folder. I'll call this models. And then in the source file, I'll have main.go. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is figure out how to, so say make a new file. I'll call this user.go. Make sure that's there and that's up a level. Oops, got them flipped. So I'm going to put user in here. And then now I'm going to define my user type. So for type user struct. All right, so from the architecture that I used, I had a username, which was a string, and it has a JSON element of a username, password, string, and then the next thing that I've got is object ID, and then I'll have the ID. No, I won't. I'll keep that out for now. Okay, so this is the basic user object. And then I'm going to say func new user, username, password, that'll be a string. And then I'll return user and an error. And I'm not going to go too deep into the error checking because it's going to kind of complicate the theory of what we're doing right now. I'm just trying to show the architecture. You can add things as you'd like. But for now, I'll just say u is a user, username is username, password is password. And now I need a way to generate the object ID. So typically when I do an object ID, I have like a prefix of what the object is. So I used USR for user. And then I need my ID. So how do I get that? Well, I wrote something. So I'm going to say go get github.com. Go mod init my app. All right, so now that I've got my security package, I will say ID error security new token, and I want a 15 characters long. And then here I'll say if error is not equal to nil, return that. Let me install this again. There, not security. Okay, so I got that. I'll say return u and nil. So I got my ID here, and then over here in main, I will say func main. Continue. And then here I'll add one more part before I wrap this up. So this is, I don't want to store the password this way. What I want to do is I want to say password error is security.generate password hash, and this is using, what's it, PBFK DF2. I don't remember the full acronym, but it's one of the good security algorithms, I think. So password, and then iterations, I'll put at 150,000. And then salt, I'll say security gen salt, and the salt length will be 10. So now the password is that. So now that I've got that, if I come over here, I'll say models.new user. And then here I have here error. And I'll say new user, and I'll say me, I was password ABC123$. And then I'll say fluent.println me, and then also say error not equal nil, fluent.println error and return. Okay. So if I go into source and I go run main.go, it's not a main package, so got to change it to main. And there I go. So I've got my username, my secure password, and my object ID. And then if I want to continue with this, what I want to do is I'll say func user set password string, and then I will come down here, copy this, error, and then if the error is nil, I'll say u.password is pw. And then just kind of keep these in line. I'll cut this. I'll say error is equal to u.setPassword. Password. Okay, so I got all that lined up. Missing return. Oh. Yeah. Okay, and then if I come down here and I say me.setPassword, 56 $. And there we go. So now I've got my nice username set up, or my user type set up, and then also I need to add email. Username, password, email. And what's cool about Go is they have an email parser in the standard library, so it's net.parse. Oh, it's mail. Mail parse address. And I'll say email. I'll say if errors not equal nil, report that. And then here email is email. And then back over here, so my email will be c@c.com, which is a valid email. Let's run this just to make sure. And there we go. So that is the basic user type that I use. And then in the next video, we'll cover how to take this and then store it in the database, pull it back, do stuff like that. But for now, that's all I wanted to cover. And if there's anything you'd like me to go into more detail about this, just drop it in the comments. So I'm happy to take a look. Thank you.